Hello and welcome guys. In today's video session, we are going to understand the project structure of Blazor WebAssembly application. Before starting the session guys, if you are interested in learning Blazor and other Microsoft programming languages, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon. Let's get started. So why need to understand the project structure of Blazor WebAssembly? Because when we create a Blazor server app, so we found only one project added to our solution explorer. But when we created one Blazor WebAssembly application, we found there are three projects, one client, server, and one shared project created in our application. So which project need to run and why? Let's understand. So in my previous session, Introduction to Blazor WebAssembly, if you missed that session, I will give the link in the I button. Please check it out. In that session, we created this complete applications, Blazor Web Assembly applications. So let's understand the project structure. So just like every .NET application, our Blazor Web Assembly also contains the program.cs file, which contains a static main method where we are adding some root component as app. So where the app is. So here, if you keep the mouse here, it's showing it's a class and the client.app. So this is binding in the adding in the root component. Then it is searching for this DOM component. So where we found this app DOM component, go to the www root. Inside www root client section, you can find the CSS and other JS files, icon file. So index.html. In Blazor server app, there is index.cshtml, but here host underscore host.cshtml. But in WebAssembly, it's in index.html. Double click this one. So here you can find this app. So once you want to change the app, you can change here. Again, you can change here. Run the application and see where the app is binding. So this is the first time loading. It's taking a little more time because it's downloading all the when first time after opening the application you run the first time, it will take time to load all the assemblies, all the DLL to the browser, because as it's a web assembly application, all the libraries need to download in the browser. So wait for some time. So our application run in the browser. Here you can see home, counter, fetch data. So where this is, so close all these things. Now you can see here in the program.cs, we are adding the root component app, and the app is app.razor component. Here we are using the route to main layout. In our coming session, we are going to see how we are doing the routing and navigating in the Blazor WebAssembly framework. So here main layout. This main layout you can find inside shared folder main layout. Okay, here also you can see some navigation menu. This navigation menu is coming with this data. So you can see nav menu is this one, nav menu. So all this menu are declared with, like, here we can add new menu here. Okay, next this counter page. First go to home page. Home page, you can see if you go to any page, counter or fetch data, you can see the address is coming. But if I go to home page, there are no address. So here in the nav menu, you can see the href is blank. Go to the page index. So here you can see page directive is blank, so it means this is a root page of our application. In our coming session we are going to see how to give the routing, multiple routing in a page. Now you are seeing this is also a component they are using. This is survey prompt. So here this you can say survey prompt. Okay, in this survey prompt also we are using in our index file. So in our coming session I'm going to show how to use Razor component, reuse the Razor component across our application. Next, you can see counter.razor. So counter.razor, this one, if you go to counter section, if we go to click, so this counter page, there is a page directive. So this contains the page address, this one counter, and there is a code directive where it contains the code, and inside the button on click event we are calling this increment method. Okay, next, fetch data. The fetch data, here the component demonstrates the data from the server. So it is interesting. As Blazor WebAssembly is a client side, completely client side, we are going to see how we are fetching from data server. So here there's randomly report, generating some date, next 5 days and their temperatures. So go to fetch data page here, razor.html. So here you can see some using shared folder. So this YouTube session.share they are using in this. So here injecting something HTTP client, we are in our coming session we are going to see how what is injecting dependency injection. It's a interesting chapter guys, so guys stay tuned. Now here you can see there is some for each loop are there. So here there is some, you can see this is a class of array. Okay, it's a generic array. So what is this? Go to the definitions. So you can see this thing, you can see it is found in the shared folder. Okay, inside shared there is a this one. This we are declaring the properties of, it's a completely a data model, we are declaring the properties. Okay, next. Here on initialized. Okay, here we are assigning this weather forecast, you can see using HTTP get from JSON async. So this HTTP we are using from HTTP client. So here you can see weather forecast, this same model name or class name. Here there is a string. So what is this? Where I can find this one? Go to the browser here. So here I'm removing this and directly pasting this weather forecast. So you can see one JSON data is coming. Okay, where this data is coming. So Control F means let's go to find. I'm going to find in complete solution, entire solution, all the project. So here you can see there is a controller. So where is this controller? This controller present in our server section. So here we have server. In server there is a controller folder. Inside the controller folder we have weather forecast controller. This is weather forecast controller. Okay, here some random data they are fetching. Okay, weather forecast. This one they are getting the get using the get JSON async. Okay, so this server is used for our internal business logic. Okay, next. So close this one, counter we don't need. Next, in our coming session we are going to add on controller, on model in our share folder, on controller in our uh, server section, and on pages in our client section. So what is import.razor? So you can see in import.razor, here all this client, complete client application is importing all these namespaces. So if I want to add a new namespaces which is I downloaded from NuGet packages, so rather going to the complete single page, Here also I can here also I can use import, sorry, using, here also I can use using, and the libraries or namespaces. I can go to this complete underscore import.razor, and I can add here, so that complete application, it will apply to complete application. Okay, so this is all about the project structure of Blazor WebAssembly applications. In our coming session, I'm going to show you and understand how to do routing and how to navigating from one page to another page in Blazor WebAssembly framework. Guys, if you like my video, give me a like and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.